everyone, Bethany here and welcome to my channel. Today I am joining the Team Tiny Hop for the month of November and the theme is winter or holiday. I have out here a few backgrounds that I've either cut down or embossed with embossing folders. My idea for today is to go through how to quickly create cards that are simple and fun for the holidays. So let me clear my desk and we'll get started. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use Lunar Paste Slippery When Wet, and I am going to be bold, crazy, wild out there. I am going to just take my fingers and dip it directly in, just lightly going over the branches that are embossed here from the embossing folder. This is so crazy. One thing I will note about Lunar Paste is that it does dry fairly quickly unless you have a thicker coat. So you're already seeing that from my hand to placing it down, some bits have actually dried already. So it doesn't go on super smooth if it's dried a little bit. But you don't really need much, just little bits of frosting, I guess you would call it, gold frosting. If you want the foiled look, but you don't have the foiling equipment, that's what I would say Lunar Paste provides. So once I'm satisfied with what I've laid down, I'm going to just go ahead and set it aside to finish up drying. Because there are baby wipes abundant in our house, I'm just going to wipe my hand. There's no stencil to clean when you use your finger, which is kind of nice. There's actually a couple of stencils that now have been permanently Lunar Pasted because I did not rinse them off as quickly as I probably should have. And now you can see little fingers at the base of my screen. That is because my little guy, Franklin, has decided he's going to join us now. The next thing I did was I used a Spellbinders die that I have been wanting to use for quite some time. This one's called Oh Christmas Tree. It comes with an outline and an inset for the tree. It also comes with a few decorations. Because we're trying to be simple today, I'm not going to use the decorations, but you can see on the back of the card how some of those extra decorations can be used. So the first time through, I took the outline die and I just cut out only a gold glitter out of this cardstock. Hi, Frankie. And then the second time around, I used the outline die and the inset die to create this green tree outline. So what happens is when you put the two together, they create this sparkling, beautiful tree. One thing I will suggest is make sure you have something like a picker poker from Maker Forte to help you poke out all of the little tree bits because let's just say it might have taken longer than necessary to do more than one. I was attempting to make several of these and yeah, the little bits do take some time. So if you want to be simple, you can just cut out the big tree and call it a day, but I wanted to try the full effect of the glitter, so this is where we ended up. The next part, I am going to just glue with my Barely Art glue the outline of the tree. You'll see I am not squeezing any glue out. Obviously, this is a very detailed and fine die. And so I am just gently adding little dabs. I'm just letting what's naturally coming out of the nozzle from gravity. There is no pushing or pressure. Gravity is just doing all the work. If I wanted to do this faster, I could throw it through my Xyron machine. But I want to make sure I have enough dots that it will stick to the tree without any issues. And Franklin did grab the tree, so he got vacated for my lap. At least temporarily, while I finish putting the fancy cutout of the tree on. Next, I am using the Window to Winter stamp set from Maker Forte, and I'm using the Winter Greetings Sentiment. I have it here on a smaller acrylic block. I'm going to use the color Hive Black Remarkable ink. I'm just going to ink it up, nothing fancy to it, and I'm just going to stamp it down, keeping it as in line as possible, and then letting it go. I cut the sentiment down, and I also cut down an 1/8 inch extra around of the gold glitter just to bring that gold glitter back. I've had this tree sitting under the acrylic block, and this fun card panel has been fully dried. So now I'm just going to piece it all together. One of my best hacks for creating in bulk is to use card bases from Michaels or anywhere else you can find card bases in bulk. It was a more masculine winter set a few years back that I grabbed, and I should have grabbed more because I use it so often. And I am going to put a lot of glue. This embossing folder isn't super dimensional, but it's dimensional enough that there's a lot of little bits that could easily pull apart. So I want to make sure I have enough glue to fill all of the gaps. I did not leave any edging available for the plaid. I want the plaid just to be like a standout on the backing here. I'm going to glue the winter greetings first onto the glitter outline. So I am going to go ahead and just glue the tree down. It helps to put things down first so you can see dimensionally if you want to just glue flat or if you want to pop stuff up. But I really like this flat. And then I'm going to pop up the winter greetings on some foam tape from the Dollar Tree. And since I can't find my junky scissors, we are using non-junky scissors that I will clean immediately. I'm just going to use 2 pieces of foam tape though, nothing extra or fancy. And look at how gorgeous that turned out. Super fun with a little surprise at the back. Very pretty. For the next card, we are going to use the Sizzix Textured Impressions A6 embossing folder. The name of it is simply Snowflakes. I am going to use a little different technique on this to make the embossing part stand out a little bit more. Using the Color Hive Clear ink, I'm not going to go super hard because I'm just trying to get mostly the tips of the embossing folder where all of the snowflakes are. There are a few places where I press too deep, and I'm not going to worry too much about it because then it's just an enhanced look. But the goal is to be able to see this Recollections marine colored tinsel that I'm going to pour over. And that will help see the embossing folder a lot better. And I'm doing light taps. I don't want to go too hard and lose all of it. There are some places where I see lines. I'm going to just take a little makeup brush from the Dollar Tree and I'm just going to lighten or unemboss it, so to speak. Basically doing an embossing on embossing technique. And now I'm going to go ahead and heat from behind so the tinsel does not fly off the paper on the highest heat setting. And you'll notice that after a while my hand got a little bit tired, so I did start heating from the front, but that's after a good layer of the tinsel was already put down. The next way I'm going to elevate this card is by using the Color Hive Muscle Car Blue, and I'm going to go ahead and take my brush, my blending brush, and just create a vignette of a little darker blue right around the edges. It just helps the center focus a little bit and just give that little extra pop of color that the embossing folder is missing. This is something I love using when I do photography because it forces the eye to find a focal point in a very specific spot. But it's also a simple way to just create a background without doing a lot of extra work. And I'm going to use Warm Winter Wishes from the It's Snowing stamp set from Maker Forte. So because I have a grid mat here, I am actually pre-lining them up using the grids so I know how evenly spaced they are. This is a little trick. And then I'm pressing my block down and now all of them should be evenly spaced. It's kind of a graphic designer cheat way to do this. I'm going to go ahead and just grab the same color blue and inking up with the Remarkable ink pad again. I could experiment with other colors, but the goal is to be simple and fast. I'm going to just use what I already have out. So the Warm Winter Wishes. Now I'm going to go ahead and cut this down as I did the last card. Now that it is cut down, I'm going to use what's left on the blue brush, and I'm just going to add a hint of a vignette. I don't want it super dark or super deep. Then using the same technique, I added an 1/8 inch of bluish glitter cardstock, and I'm just going to go ahead and glue the sentiment down right onto the center of the blue glitter cardstock. I'm just going to keep things simple and place this a little above center. It's a photography trick, especially when it's rectangle against rectangle. You don't want things directly centered. You want things just a hair north, so to speak, or higher. I'm going to just go ahead and use this card base that I already made, a leftover from a different project. And there is the final result of the second card. I really love the look of it. I think it is stunning. I love the shimmer, the glitz, and also the simplicity of it. For this third card, I am going to use a little different technique. I am actually going to take my ink pad. This is the Telephone Box Color Hive ink pad, and I am going to do what I practiced on the back, which is add a little bit of a light, gentle rub. You don't want to press too hard. You want to leave behind a little bit of the ink, because if you press too hard, then again, you'll see the shape of the ink pad. This is leaving just a little bit of distressing too. It's another way to highlight your embossing folder using the same color as the card base. I'm going to go ahead and stamp out the sentiment. You give me the warm fuzzies from the Warm Winter Fuzzies white rubber stamp from Maker Forte. Inking it up once again with the Remarkable Color Hive ink, and it is a fine print. I'm going to go ahead and just cut it down to size. I also cut down, once again, the gold glitter cardstock, an 1/8 inch around the sentiment here. And now we are just going to assemble using the Buffalo Plaid pre-made card that came in the same pack as the first card. Just using, once again, the Barely Art Glue. And because this one has an extra amount of embossing on the edges, I'm going to make sure that the edges are glued up really well. Otherwise, it will lift for sure. We are going to continue with the Keep It Simple and only gluing, no extras, no foam tape, nothing. Just a beautiful card front on a pre-made card base with a simple sentiment that is framed. And there is a completed card number 3. For the final card, I am using something that was on sale at Michael's that I had to have and have not used yet. And I promised myself I would use it before the end of the year. I cut down in a 2-size card front, and it is a bluish marble, and I'm hoping it looks like ice. So taking another stamp from the last stamp set that I used, I am going to go ahead and place it in my Stamparatus, and I'm going to ink it up really well. I'm actually going to do the top half in the Remarkable black. I'm going to press using my smoosher. Then the second part, I'm going to use my Fog Remarkable ink. I'm going to leave the black there so I can see the difference. Most of it's been pressed out, and now I am just going to press it out using the smoosher again. From the same stamp set, I am going to use this Winter Wonderland on the white rubber with the Remarkable black ink. Then I also use the same blue-ish silver glitter cardstock, and I created this little strip. I'm going to add the rhinestones. I've literally had these rhinestones, I'd say easily 15 years, maybe more. They already have adhesive on the bottom. I'm just going to add some sporadically. You'll see I'm only using the pale blue. I have another base that I made previously. It matches the same color that I used for the sentiment, and I'm just going to add it with a little bit of glue because there is no embossing folders involved in this. I don't need as much. So here are what the cards look like after they've finished drying. Here's with the Lunar paste, the Spellbinders die cut set, the Lunar paste, and the Spellbinders tree die cut with the winter greetings. I think this one's probably my favorite. I don't know. I think it's stunning in person. I hope it reads well on camera. This one might be my second favorite. This one is just really simple, but also so pretty. and amazing. This one, You Give Me the Warm Fuzzies, I think is also a simple yet fun card to send. And the final one, the Winter Wonderland Mixed Media card, is also really looks amazing in person. And the best part is they were quick. These are just some of the ideas I have to elevate using embossing folders for most of these, or using mixed media where you have a printed cardstock or a printed paper that you love, and it becomes something that's unique to you and also something that the person receiving this will absolutely love. I hope you enjoyed today's tutorial. Drop a comment down below, let me know which one of these is your favorite. Don't forget to check out the links I have down below. I have affiliate links. Also shop our shop and sign up for our newsletter. We are going to have some amazing deals in the next month and a half. I hope you will shop small businesses because we love your support. And thank you for joining the Hop. I appreciate your support and the support of our little family here. Have a wonderful day, and don't forget to find the joy in your day. Happy making! Bye! And Franklin, what are you opening? You're opening some gifts back there? Some boxes? The tree, as long as my glue. Hi, Frankie. Why can't I remember the name of it? Frankie, what's the name of it? Pre-place and pause. Can't find the name of it. The next way. Okay, my kids are a little loud. Die cut set it. Die cut set. Wait, there are no links. There's a hashtag. I don't even know. Don't forget to check out all the links. Get out already. Oh, it's been a long day. I needed a good laugh though, so thanks guys. Anywho.